Do you have to count calories to lose weight? No, you don't. Calorie counting is an awareness tool. And I will say it's probably the best one that we have available to us. And basically what it does is it just shows you how much food that you should be eating. And it doesn't have to be done. And I think one of the best ways to describe this is an analogy I saw where sort of relating it to driving. So the analogy goes something like this. Do you have to look at your speedometer to know how fast you're going? I guess no, not always. But if you're constantly getting speeding tickets, it might be worth looking at your dashboard. And that's kind of just what you can do with calorie counting. No, you don't have to do it. But if you're constantly struggling with results and you can't lose weight, then it might be a good idea to do it for a short period of time. And that doesn't have to be for ages. It could be a few days. It could be a week. And that's one of the big sort of things that I see people say is, oh, but it's not sustainable and you can't do it forever. Firstly, some people could, and I've spoken to a lot of people that say they probably will do this for the rest of their life. But even if that's not you, nobody's saying that you have to. Nobody's saying that you have to count calories forever. That's not the purpose of it. The purpose of it is that it's, like I said, it's an awareness tool. You do it until you don't have to do it anymore, until you can sort of eyeball foods and guesstimate portions. That's what it allows you to do. It's just an awareness tool to show you. And because what I tend to find is that people, once you get them to weigh out their food, it shocks them. It really does shock people what an actual portion size should be, because it's usually a hell of a lot less than what they're used to eating. And this is what it is. It's basically just to show you how much that you are eating and to basically just get you visually attuned to what a day of eating should look like for you. And again, it's usually significantly different to what people are actually eating, because portion sizes now are just way out of whack. And this is just one tool to basically build that skill of intuitive eating. And importantly, I want to emphasize that intuitive eating is a skill. And it's a skill that needs to be developed, and calorie counting is just one way of doing it. So I also see people say that it can tend to be a bit time consuming. And I will admit, I have done this before. I basically calorie counted for like 4 months straight religiously. And now I can just eyeball foods. I know how much I should eat. And I will admit, for a start, it can be very tedious to weigh out your food and put it into an app. However, after a short period of time, even like a week, it will probably add no more than 5 to 10 minutes to your day. Because what I tend to find with a lot of people is we tend to eat kind of similar foods. We tend to just eat a rotation of the same meals. So once you put it into the app once, it's already in there. You don't have to put it in again. You don't have to put the individual ingredients in every time. It's already there. And people say, yeah, but I still have to weigh my food. But that's nothing. Like, I don't know, let's say you're making your morning bowl of porridge. What do you normally do when you don't calorie count? You put the oats into the bowl. When you calorie count, you just do exactly the same, but the bowl's just on a scale. It's no different. It adds 0 time to the process. So yes, I will admit, for a start, it does feel a bit time consuming. It does feel a bit tedious. But after a short period of time, I'll be very surprised if it adds more than 5 to 10 minutes to your day. And the final point I kind of want to touch on is that people tend to say that it's just really restrictive. But I tend to find that it's not. I tend to find that it's actually quite liberating, because it tends to be a lot easier for you to put in treat foods into your diet. So I don't like calling them treats and cheats and stuff, but people know what I mean when I say it. Those foods that we enjoy but we probably shouldn't eat all the time. I find it's a lot easier when you're calorie counting to fit these in and see results. because you know exactly, or not exactly, but close to exact how much you're eating. So I just find it's a lot easier to build those in more regularly and still see results. And it also, again, it's quite an awareness sort of thing where, I mean, we know they're high calorie, these treats, but sometimes we don't know how much and sort of how many calories they really do have. And again, that can be another oh wow moment. So another one there too. And also I find that it's quite liberating in the fact that it allows you to easier do something called calorie cycling, which I'll talk about in another video. But think of it like, so basically the calories that you eat over a week are more important than what you eat daily. So you can basically split them up over the week however you want, as long as the weekly average is the same. So what this helps you to do basically is, so let's say, you know, most of us, we eat more at the weekends, we're more social, we may go out for dinner, etc., etc. So it allows us to eat more foods on the weekends and still see results, as long as we eat less in the week to account for it. And again, I just find that it's easier to do this when you calorie count. Now, you can obviously do this when you don't calorie count, but I just find it's easier to do that. And sort of people tend to see better results along with the calorie cycling when they're counting calories. But again, that's not the same for everybody, but just what I've seen. So just thought I'd throw that out there. And I think the big part, the big thing about that, again, which I'll talk about calorie cycling in another video, is it just really bolsters adherence. So if you can still go out and enjoy yourself and still see results, it's probably going to make you stick to it more often, right? So basically, to summarize, just let me check my notes as always. Remember, these are real videos, they're not edited, they're not fake. So I just want to make sure I've covered everything. And, you know, just to summarize, do you have to do it? No. But if it is, you know, if you've been struggling and you're not seeing results, it may be worth doing it for a short period of time. Even if you do it for a day, it will still be like, wow. Like, you'll look at the foods and you'll probably be just very surprised about how much more you're eating than you think you are. So do it for a couple of days, do it for a week. It will definitely help to build your awareness. And again, just remember the analogy. You know, do you have to check your dashboard to see how fast you're going? Not always. You might look at it every now and again, but not always. But if you get a lot of speeding tickets, might be worth looking at it more often. And that's just the same for counting calories. Don't have to do it, but if you've been really struggling, might be worth doing for a short period of time. And remember, it's just an awareness tool. That's all it is. It's just an awareness tool to give you a better idea of what you should be eating. So, hopefully you found that helpful, guys. If you did, please feel free to like the video. I always appreciate it. Drop any comments drop any thoughts in the comments section underneath the video. Maybe you've tried it before, maybe you want to try it. You know, let me know. It's always cool to see people interacting on the video. It's always cool to see people's thoughts, what they've tried before, what they might try. So yeah, don't be shy. Feel free to whack them in there. Should get a subscribe option in the top corner of the video, so make sure you do that so you can get some alerts on the new videos. Gonna be bringing these out quite often now, lots of free tips, and there's still lots of other videos backlogged up onto the channel. And yeah, again, any thoughts that you have, drop them in. Any questions that you have, feel free to send me an email to NathanBancroftNutrition@gmail.com. Thank you for tuning in as always, and I shall see you next time. Thank you.